Hey guys, so in this video I'm going over a 3-step framework that you can use to create your Amazon advertising campaigns in your Vendor Central account. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Benjamin Bolshinsky. I used to work at Amazon in the retail team, and now I run an agency called Vendor Launch where we grow Amazon vendor purchase orders. And so, without further ado, the first kind of bucket that you want to create, the first portfolio that you want to create when you're setting up your Amazon advertising campaigns is called your branded or your defensive kind of portfolio. So this is where you're focusing on customers who have already bought your product. These are brand loyal customers. They've interacted and purchased your product before. So really, you're just kind of defending your Amazon real estate from your competitors advertising on your listings. These campaigns will have the highest return on ad spend because you're targeting customers who have already bought your product, right? The cost to acquire a customer who has already bought your product is the lowest it will be, right? Because there's already this super high intent. They've already bought your product. So you don't have to target them excessively. And so these will have your highest return on ad spend. This is called your defensive campaigns, your branded traffic. So you can really create a portfolio and you can name it as branded traffic or your defensive ad campaigns. And again, these are like focusing on your brand names, on your company name. So that you're targeting customers who have already bought your product and who have high customer intent. But I would estimate 10% of your ad spend will go towards these. The issue I see with many vendors is they spend quite a bit of money focusing on branded traffic because they do not segment the campaigns. So they have a lot of money that goes towards branded traffic, which means you're cannibalizing your organic sales, right? Which means customers who might have bought your products organically where you didn't have to pay for that click, and you're now advertising to them. You're now paying for those sales that they should have occurred organically. And so that takes into number 2, mid-funnel. So this is where 80% of your marketing spend will go. And this is where you're targeting customers who are searching for brand agnostic terms. For example, soft drinks, water, coconut water, healthy soda, nuts, snacks. So they're in the research phase of their customer journey. There's not a particular brand they're loyal to. They're really just wanting to solve a particular problem they have, and so they're looking for a product. And so this is where 80% of your marketing spend will go, right? Because once you've acquired this customer, the probability that they'll repeat order your products is quite high, assuming you have a good product. And so this is where the majority of your advertising spend will go. Mid-funnel, also called consideration, and so on. And this takes me to bucket number 3. These are your offensive ad campaigns. This is where you're specifically targeting customers who have purchased products from your competitors. And so these will obviously have the lowest return on ad spend, right? Because if there's a customer who's loyal to a competitor competing product, then it might take 3, 4, 5, 20 clicks until they can finally convert to a sale. And so this will have by far the lowest return on ad spend. But once you've acquired one of these customers, right, it's the greatest LTV, lifetime value. It's like, it's the cream of the crop, the kind of the super the thing that you're really aiming for, right? Because if you've acquired a competitor customer, not only have you potential, you've then got potential to get that customer as a brand loyal customer who's set with you for life. It's also a customer who's buying less of your competitor products. So these are super important. And so again, I would probably estimate 15% of your 10-15% of your ad spend will go towards these. But the key thing is, like, you have to understand a lot of vendors make the mistake where they don't separate their reporting, they don't separate their data by these three buckets. Now, why this is an issue is because just because you have a high return on ad spend, that doesn't mean it's a good thing, right? If you've got a high return on ad spend, but 100% of your traffic is branded traffic, then it's like, you're wasting a lot of your ad spend. And so overall, whilst you might have a higher ROAS, your total sales will be consistent and they won't be growing. Whereas you might have a super low return on ad spend, which doesn't necessarily mean your ad campaigns are not performing well. You might just be going over after offensive targeting, in which case you'll expect a lower return on ad spend. So yeah, it's super important to break your advertising console, to break down your metrics by specifically what kind of customers you're targeting, because each of them will have significantly different associated data points and benchmarks. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions, and feel free to book a call if you'd like some assistance growing your Amazon vendor account. Thanks, bye.